The Betrayal, a tale of divine union, lust, and redemption. Gemini sat by the window, her fingers tracing the rim of her teacup as she stared out at the rain. Her mind was a whirlwind of emotions, memories, and unanswered questions. She had once shared a divine union with Capricorn, a man who had been her rock, her confidant, and her partner. But she had walked away, lured by the promise of something greener on the other side. Now, months later, she was living in what she could only describe as KarmicVille, a place of chaos, regret, and unfulfilled desires. Capricorn, on the other hand, was miles away, living a life of quiet stability. He had tried to move on after Gemini left, but the scars of her betrayal still lingered. He had loved her deeply, and her decision to pursue a lustful, karmic relationship with Leo had shattered him. The betrayal. It had started innocently enough. Gemini had met Leo at a party, and his charm was undeniable. He was everything Capricorn wasn't: flashy, spontaneous, and dangerously alluring. At first, Gemini told herself it was harmless fun, but as the weeks turned into months, she found herself drawn deeper into Leo's web. Capricorn had noticed the changes in her. She was distant, distracted, and increasingly critical of their relationship. When he confronted her, she denied it at first, but eventually, the truth came out. "I need space," she had said, avoiding his eyes. "I think we've grown apart." Capricorn had begged her to reconsider, to fight for what they had built. But Gemini was resolute. She had convinced herself that the grass was greener with Leo, that he could offer her the excitement and passion she felt was missing in her life with Capricorn. The fall. What Gemini hadn't anticipated was the toll her decision would take. Her relationship with Leo was intense, but it was also toxic. The passion she had craved quickly turned into manipulation and control. Leo was possessive, jealous, and emotionally volatile. He had used black magic to soul tie her to him, creating an invisible bond that kept her trapped in a cycle of lust and dependency. But even without the black magic, Gemini knew she had made a choice. She had had time to think, to plan, to decide whether to pursue Leo or pour into the divine union she already had with Capricorn. She had chosen the former, and now she was living with the consequences, the reckoning. As the months passed, Gemini found herself longing for the stability and love she had once shared with Capricorn. She tried to reach out to him, but he had moved on, building a life of peace and purpose without her. One night, as she lay in bed, the weight of her choices pressed down on her. She realized that if she ever wanted a chance to rebuild what she had lost, she would have to take it to God. She would have to fully heal, confront her mistakes, and come to Capricorn with a definite mind of building a solid foundation, one built on trust, pure love, and a commitment to defending the union. The path to redemption. Gemini began the difficult work of healing. She sought therapy, dove into shadow work, and spent hours in prayer and meditation. She acknowledged the pain she had caused Capricorn and took full responsibility for her actions. When she finally felt ready, she reached out to him. "I know I don't deserve a second chance," she said, her voice trembling. "But if you're willing to give me one, I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. I want to build something real with you, something that lasts." Capricorn listened in silence, his heart torn between the love he had once felt for her and the fear of being hurt again. "I need time to think," he said finally. "And I need to pray on it. If God allows it, then we'll see. But you have to be sure, Gemini. No more games, no more running." The choice. For Gemini, the ball was in her court. She could continue living in KarmicVille, chasing fleeting passions and temporary fixes, or she could commit to the hard work of building a future with Capricorn, a future rooted in trust, love, and divine guidance. As she stood at the crossroads, she knew one thing for certain: the grass wasn't greener on the other side. It was greener where you watered it, and if Capricorn gave her the chance, she was ready to pour into their union with everything she had. But if not, she would accept it. She would live with the consequences of her choices and continue her journey of healing, knowing that sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones that lead us back to ourselves.